Hello folks, how you doing? Right, a couple of weeks ago, I think maybe, I put out a video highlighting the trailer for the film called The Hole in the Ground. And I speculated in that whether it would be Lovecraftian, whether there'd be Lovecraftian elements in it, because the trailer, it gave me that idea that there might be certain, Lovecraftian tropes in it, some weirdness. There's some weirdness that's off the beaten track from the normal sort of horror film of someone possessed, or that sort of thing. Because in the trailer, I think I was saying that it looks like the kid might be possessed or something, which is another thing that's just done all the time, isn't it? But I'm happy to say I've seen the film. Many of you may have seen it, but I liked it. I did like it. It wasn't it wasn't overly Lovecraftian, but I'm happy to say that it did that thing that I sometimes moan about, or often think that a horror film just takes the same old route that a lot of other films do, of just being this sort of straightforward sort of, you can see it coming, the twists, or the revelation of what's going on, you can see it coming a mile off. Well, this, I'm happy to say, did do the weird stuff. It went off in a weird direction. Touche to that film. Touche, is that the right saying? Touche? I don't know, but well done to the film, because it went off in a weird direction, and I liked it a lot. And I will do it. I'll put the spoilers in this, so if you don't want to know all the spoilers for the film of what's going on, then maybe turn off now, and if you want to listen to the rest of this after you've seen it, do so. But I'm going to talk about the things that the happy points for me that made that, when it suddenly went in the direction of, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill horror film. But that was the case. The kid in the trailer there's kids living with his mum in the middle of nowhere in Ireland, and there's some weird stuff going on. There's a weird woman that hangs around the woods, and sort of, she's a bit creepy. But anyway, this kid goes wandering one night and gets lost in the woods, and the mum goes frantically looking for him, and she stumbles on this huge, like, crater in the middle of the forest, like a sinkhole. I think I said it. I think it was. And when she's staring at it, there's some weird otherworldly sort of stuff going on there, where you can almost see the sides of the sinkhole sort of just moving and going around. And also, when they showed this sinkhole from the sky, I thought it looks like an eye. You know what I mean? I was thinking, is this some sort of huge being or something under the ground? Well, no, I didn't think that. It crossed my mind, but I thought that was a bit. No, it wouldn't do that. Sorry, I'm rambling again. But anyway, she discovers this sinkhole. Is like, what the hell is this? And then she finds her son, takes him home, and from that moment, the kid acts really weird. And this is why I was thinking, is he possessed? But I'm not going to do an in-depth, ins and outs of this film. But the weird woman in the woods, the old woman, she keeps coming across the mother of this child and saying to him, "That's not your son. That's not your son," saying weird stuff like that. And apparently the same thing happened to her, where her kid went missing. They found him, and then he weren't acting like himself, and she knew it weren't him. But anyway, film's good. There's some real sort of tense moments in this house. It creates a good atmosphere. It does. Not a good atmosphere. What I mean is a scary atmosphere. you know, a bit of dread in my heart when I'm watching it. I tell you, there's a bit where the kid eats a spider, and I can't stand. I hate bloody spiders. They scare the shit out of me. I tell you. When I was watching it, as soon as the spider come on the screen, my feet went off the floor. I was like, oh shit, and I'm looking around the room, just looking for spiders on the walls or anything. Do you know what I mean? Just paranoid. So that creeped me out. But anyway, back to the film. Yeah, he eats this bloody spider. It's horrible. Horrible scene to have to sit through and watch. But long story short, the mum starts suspecting that he's not right. The kid's not right. And then she comes to the conclusion that this ain't my son. This ain't my son. And there's one scene where she actually says to the kid, "You're not my son." And he goes nuts and starts throwing her around the kitchen. You realise then that he definitely ain't her son because he's got bloody superhuman powers or something. I think it's that night she's had enough. She's losing the plot, and she goes out into the forest, back to this sinkhole, and she walks down it and lets herself just sink into the ground, and then she finds it. And this is the bit where it gets weird, and I was enjoying it. I was definitely enjoying the film, but when she did that, I sort of sat up in my chair. I was thinking, okay, where are we going with this? Where are we going? And she sinks into the ground, and she finds herself under there's all these tree roots and stuff under there, and and so and then she finds like a cave and some tunnels. And anything with caves and tunnels creeps me out like you wouldn't believe. So that was good. She finds these caves and like a really not caves, but almost like pothole caves. They're tight. She's crawling through them, and she crawls through this long tunnel, and then she comes out into this opening where there's all these bones and just dead bodies and just skulls and stuff like that. And there on the floor, yeah, she finds her son, and he's like wrapped in this stuff. Like it looks like he's sort of been not cocooned, but well, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, she finds him and she sort of hugs him, and she's like, "Oh my god!" And I was sitting there thinking, well, he's got to be dead, hasn't he? She's had this imposter kid in her house for God knows how long, but no, she grabs hold of him, and it's at that point you hear like this like monster noise, this and she looks over, and there's this creature, this thing, this just whatever it is. And again, my mind's racing at this point, thinking, well, this has gone down a route I was like, I wasn't expecting, and I'm liking. But even at this point, I'm going, I don't know what's going on. Is this creature? What is this? Is this some sort of cave creature or what? Some sort of, did it used to be a human being and now it's devolved? Is that the right word? Devolved into this thing. But no, then you see there's more of them, and she drags her son out the cat through the tunnel in the cave. It's a bit tense, and this thing's following, and it's following through. And she gets to the end of the cave, and she's going to try and get back out into service. And this thing, its hand comes out of the tunnel, grabs hold of her, and she starts whacking it with a rock or something. And then she's whacking it, and suddenly she looks down, and it's a human arm got hold of her, and it weren't at the beginning. And then she looks at the face of this thing, and it's her. And that's when you realise this ain't just some cave-dwelling, creature. This is some otherworldly shit going on here. You know what I mean? Is it? Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know what these things are, because they can just imitate perfectly what come into contact. Yeah, that must be what they come into contact with, because she's just touched it. Yeah. So, yeah, creepy, man. And yeah. So she gets out. She knocks this thing out. I think she whacks it on the head, and she gets out. And then it kind of just, I think does it fade there? No, she goes back to the house. gets the keys from the house. Oh shit. Sorry guys, sorry, I thought my recording had just stopped. Sorry. I was talking and I see me, it went all black. Anyway, what was I saying? Shit, where was I? She goes back to the house to get her car keys, and she can hear the imposter kid in the house. She gets her keys and drives away anyway, and then it sort of shows you like she's moved to the big city with her kid and that, gets away from. No, but that's right. She locks the imposter kid in the house and burns the house down. That was it. And then she moves to the big city and she's living a life with a kid. And my brain had already started ticking, thinking, was that definitely the imposter kid in the house? And was this this kid that she found the cave, was that a real kid, or was that just another copy, or you know what? I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, she moves to the city. She's going about her life, blah blah blah. And then one day she's watching the kid out the window ride his bike, and she's got her camera lens. She zooms right in on him. Oh, sorry. There's a bit in the film where you can see the creature for what it is behind, like the when it turns into the kid. The only way you can see it for what it really is, apparently, is if you look at it through a mirror or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I'm divulging. But back to the end of the film. She's looking at her kid. And you can tell that she's looking at him in a suspicious way, like she's got a doubt, a very small doubt, but I don't think she wants to acknowledge it. But she's looking at the kid with a long lens camera, and she films him. And when she watches it back, there's just this moment where he's going around his bike and his face is a bit of a blur, and it looks almost like it. I don't know. You know what? It might. You know, it's alluding to the fact that, is this her son, or is it not? Who knows? And the film ends in their, I think it was in their house, where it shows you, it sort of focuses on a mirror. There's she's got lots of mirrors around the house, I think it shows. So actually, no, that hold on, that don't fit with what I just said. I just said that I think she was trying to ignore it, but actually maybe she's not, because she's got quite a lot of mirrors in the house. Maybe she is just making sure that. Anyway, yeah, the last scene of the film is, I think it was the last scene. There's a mirror. You just focus in the mirror, and it leaves you to think. You know, is it or isn't it? It doesn't answer it, and that's good. It leaves it to your imagination. Leaves it to make your own mind up. But yeah, there you go. The hole in the ground. I liked it. It wasn't the greatest horror film we've ever seen by any stretch, but it was good. It was worth a watch. It created some good tension, and it went the weird route rather than just the tried and tested bloody crappy route that it sometimes annoys me. They just go with the easy, lazy route of, it's just possessed by a bloody demon or something, which is fine. But yeah, this went the strange and unexpected route, which is great. I love it when films do that, unless it's called The Last Jedi, which I bloody hated. So I'm not going to get into that, but I like it when films do things unexpectedly. Horror films. So yeah, check it out. The Hole in the Ground. It's on Amazon Prime. I know you can get it on the DVD, I think, soon. Now, I don't know, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Cool, did you hear that? That was the bone in my ankle. That click. Just as I'm ending the video. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, cheerio. See you later, guys. Bye.